Gout. What is it? Who gets it? Why do we get it? What fads are causing it? Check it out. Are we live, Lauren Taylor?
We are live, Dr. Cohen, with
What are we live with?
Gross Anatomy Podcast,
where we explore the sights, smells, and sounds of medicine, how it relates to movies, TV, pop culture, books, podcasts, and the world around us. And I am Dr. Jason Cohen.
And I'm Lauren Taylor.
And you have a glare on your head.
Yeah.
Do you see the glare?
Next time, I'm going to unscrew these light bulbs and get some new lights down here. So
you should be in the dark.
Look forward to that update. I did try that, and it's just like it's way too dark. I know.
Yeah, you look like maybe you're an angel.
No, I don't know what to do.
Are you an angel, Lauren Taylor? Well, you are an angel.
Tried using all the lights that I have down here. I got to get new lights.
Where's Travis, your IT guy?
Right, I know. He's already like laying down watching World Cup, I think. But I was wondering about Mariano. Is he in Argentina watching a game?
I think he might be local these days. I reached out to him actually, seeing if he wanted to come for dinner Friday night, to Shabbat dinner, but he said he's busy. Yeah, because we were thinking about him because of the World Cup.
Well, people should check out that episode, Mariano Gonzalez episode. He's an actor. He's from Argentina. He speaks all about the game that he was in Argentina when they won 4 years ago. So
and not only that, he was a D1 soccer player. He's the star of a very well-known Latino television show called Once, which they just did a reboot of, that he's still the star of. His name in the show is Gabo, and hopefully, it's going to take him out of the stratosphere. And so we're looking forward to his success.
Yeah, he's so nice. And so Argentina, they won yesterday. So I was thinking about that episode too.
Nice. Shout out to Argentina and Mariano.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to say at the top?
What do I want to say? I'm sure there is, but I can't think about it.
We're talking about sports for you. I feel like you probably want to talk about anything else.
It's overwhelming. My middle kid graduated college this past weekend. That was very exciting.
Wow, time goes by so fast.
So fast. Graduated UC Davis as an animal science major, wants to be a veterinarian. She's going to be home doing a gap year, probably semi-happy, semi-miserable to have to be, under our roof a little bit, going back to the lack of super freedom. I'm sure it'll be an interesting transition to being back home with us.
Aw, nice. All right, well, this is a perfect segue to get into my first question of the day for you. When you hear gout, what's your first thought?
The truth is, I don't, as a surgeon, I don't really have much of anything to do with gout. So when I hear gout, I kind of think of like old man's disease a little bit, It is the weird stereotype, and I think of swollen toes and pain and flare-ups. The odd thing is, a bunch of my friends, I guess we're old. One of my friends is always going, my friend Stu's always going, we're old, every time we talk about something. But a couple of my friends have gout, which is kind of interesting. Like at least 2 or 3 of them have gout, which, so we're old men and have the disease.
Well, see, that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this. So I think about the movie The Favorite with Olivia Colman. Did you ever see it? It's Olivia Colman, Emma Stone. It's about Olivia Colman plays erratic Queen Anne, and she has gout.
Was that a big part of the movie?
A huge part of it, because she was always in like constant pain and she was swollen and eating. So I was reading this article in GQ, and this guy was writing about that his doctor said he had a precursor to gout. And he was only in his 30s and super fit, and thought that's impossible because he thought it was like the disease of kings. And that's kind of where my head goes too. Very old. But then his doctor asked him, like how much protein he eats. And he takes in daily protein intake of around 200 grams. And his doctor told him that he was biting off way more, that he he could chew, and that there's people even in their 30s now are getting like precursors to gout because they're protein maxing. It's like a new fad that they're seeing online, or people that don't know what they're talking about are encouraging people to take it, and they're getting too much, and then it builds up the uric acid, and that can lead to gout. So
Yeah, which is a breakdown of protein, the uric acid. Exactly. What's interesting is in the 90s, and yeah, in the 90s was when the zone diet and the Atkins diet came out, which were basically high protein diets. And I don't remember specifically hearing about an increase in incidence of gout. That would be something interesting to kind of look up during that time, because now those diets have fallen by the wayside, right? You never hear anybody talk about Atkins or zone.
I
So it'd
imagine
be
there were some like definitely gut issues with that. I haven't looked up the facts of like why it
yeah.
kind of died.
And I've been on both of those diets. It's ridiculous. I was back in my carnivore days. I definitely should have gotten gout because I would be eating like just like hot dogs. That was my and hot dogs and tuna and steak. And maybe some veggies. But I guess I'm lucky that I didn't get gout.
That's true. It's like high, red meat, seafood, some seafoods. But I think that the protein is like the powder that they're now putting into things. Like it's just such a high level that people think they need, and they are wrong. And this is why it's
Yeah,
happening.
I
I don't
know
know about
the
your
whole
friends. If they like maybe they drink too much protein. I don't know why your
no.
friends.
No, I think they just eat a ton of red meat and maybe processed meats, processed foods. Thinking about those particular friends, I think they are high big meat eaters is my guess. Big carnivores.
Okay.
Um, yeah, is my
Well, this
guess.
this article is saying that experts are seeing a rise in gout, and they believe protein maxing is to blame. And they also, say men are 4 times more likely to get it. So I want to keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Men.
yeah. I think it's really important to hydrate too. I think that's something that hopefully potentially could help that.
Well, so I didn't realize gout is a type of arthritis. So that's why like Olivia Colman's character in that movie was in so much pain, because I guess it forms like crystals, this article says, in your
Yeah,
joint.
crystal deposits form in the joints, and the joints get swollen, and people with gout develop, big deformities of their toes, right, of their fingers, other joints. They swell up and they look all deformed.
Yeah, it's the most like severe, painful form of arthritis. I had a precursor to gout. I would just stop drinking protein shakes altogether. I mean,
Yeah,
I drink smoothies and I add like peanut protein powder, like, but not in excess, not 200 grams.
yeah, and I think a big, it's like it happens in the big toe. I think that's
Yeah.
one of the places where gout develops. Yeah, I'm not a protein powder guy at all. I mean, I'll eat a protein bar here and there if I'm, in place of a meal, but it's more of a plant-based kind of bar that maybe has protein. But I know people, do that whole protein thing. I don't know. I bodybuilders and whatnot. It's not something that I've necessarily embraced. I know it's big, like the whole creatine thing. I'm not sure. I reserve judgment on that.
Well, I'm sure some people do know what they're doing, but that's kind of when I'm talking about it because I don't think a lot of people
I
do.
don't know what I'm doing.
Food chains have started advertising protein boosted items. Even like Starbucks recently added protein cold foam to their menu, which boasts 15 to 36 grams of protein. But despite the protein, it also has a lot of sugars and sodium. So like things that they're advertising is like, take this, it's good for you, it's protein, you got to be careful. And
Huh?
then uh, Mug Root Beer is advertising Mug Protein, which is using their Mug Zero Sugar Root Beer to add to like vanilla protein powder, and that's a Mug Protein. And then even Doritos introduced its own line of protein packed chips for the avid gym goer. So everyone's getting in on this. That's the thing.
Doritos is doing protein packed chips.
Yeah. So,
Favorite? What's your favorite Dorito? Were you ever a Doritos fan?
oh, I could eat Doritos. I mean, that's what
What's your
I
favorite Doritos? What was your favorite Doritos flavor?
probably like think they have like spicy nacho is good. Cool Ranch is good.
Yeah.
Um,
As a kid, we used to eat nacho cheese Doritos.
yeah,
Wow.
nacho
Like
cheese, classic, perfect.
we would consume that like there's not only would we eat the nacho cheese Doritos, have you ever had the easy cheese thing? You know, the what is
Ooh,
that called?
I have. I think it is easy cheese. We had that growing up too.
Right. We would have easy cheese on nacho cheese Doritos. I remember eating so much of that as a kid with my buddies. Wow, we were not healthy.
I mean, yeah, I think about all the things I grew up eating too. It's crazy, but I guess you can. I mean, I guess if you're active and young, you're like maybe it's okay. But we survived.
We did. And then we'd even just be like tilting the thing in your mouth, you know, and just sucking it out when you ran out of your chips.
That's amazing. I had a friend though who put like Doritos on her like ham and cheese sandwich, and she just crushed them in there.
Oh, I love chips on a tuna sandwich. When I was eating tuna, although every now and then I'll still have a tuna sandwich. You need your chips or of some kind. Nacho cheese Doritos with a tuna sandwich. That's
Yeah.
the best.
So celebs are, of course, getting into this high protein fad too. Venus Williams has founded a plant based protein company called Happy Viking, and I looked into it. It's basically a bag of protein powder that's $60. So I don't know if it's good or not. Protein powder isn't cheap, but so she's in on it. Zac Efron,
And she wait, isn't she vegan? She's vegan, right?
yeah, so it's plant based. So it's, I guess
Yeah,
you can feel.
but I think she's vegan, if I'm not mistaken, or had been.
Yeah, I think so too. So it's, I'm sure it's a vegan based product.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
And then Zac Efron, he's a chief brand officer for Kodiak Cakes, which makes high protein pancake mixes and oatmeal. I mean, isn't it awesome to be a celebrity? How can I make money?
I know it really is a good thing. Or like you just have opportunities not that we don't necessarily get.
I know. You're just like, I think I'll do this. And someone makes it happen for you, which is nice.
Yeah,
Jennifer Aniston is the chief creative officer for Vital Proteins. I'm not sure what that is. She's
I
also
would not. I would not have equated Jennifer Aniston with protein stuff, right?
that one surprised me too, but apparently she even, now tells people about her morning routines because she has a protein powder. She opts for eggs and avocado on or a smoothie loaded with Vital Proteins, which is her supplement that she
I
reps.
think if you're having eggs and avocado, I got to tell you, you don't need that extra
I
protein.
know, right? That's I was thinking that too.
Did you ever see that fun Ellen DeGeneres stand-up thing? Because I don't know if she still is, but for a little while she was plant-based, Ellen DeGeneres, and so she put it in like her stand-up routine, saying the same kind of thing. She'd be like, people would come up to me and say, "Where do you get your protein?" And her response was, "I don't know. Where do you get your riboflavin?" You know, which
That's pretty funny. That's
yeah,
what I was.
I love that. Yeah,
I hadn't seen
yeah,
it, but I'm going to use that joke now. Next time anyone
yeah.
asks me.
Yeah, I'll let you use it. You could say you got it from me, who got it from her.
All right. Well, that's all I have. That was just my little protein maxing rabbit hole I went down to let our audience know you might want to check your protein powder levels.
What made you go down that rabbit hole?
I was looking for what people are talking about, health trends, and this is like a big one that everyone's talking about now because I think they're just advertising a lot of protein. So I think it's coming up more. People are writing about it more, and gout's on the rise. So
Yeah. The other thing is peptides. You know, that's on the rise too. So peptides are the other big thing on the rise, and we're gonna get a previous guest on, Jessica, who's a PA, Healthy by Jess. I think that's her Instagram. So we're very excited about having her as a repeat guest to talk about peptides, which is the other latest and greatest thing that so far, as far as we know, isn't causing any major. Well, actually, that's not true. You know, there's side effects because peptides are like GLPs and things like that. So there are side effects, but so far they seem to be kind of miracle things. So it'll be an exciting episode that I'm looking forward to us doing.
yeah, on future episode we're gonna dive into that. Yeah.
What
Um,
else, Taylor?
Well, we talked last time about summer movies, and I said one June movie that I was considering seeing was Disclosure Day by Steven Spielberg. Disclosure Day. And I saw
I
it.
saw a billboard.
You saw it?
No, I saw the billboard.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't want to ruin it for you.
Oh, you saw it.
Hmm.
And get rated from 1 to 10.
I'll do the. Uh, I'd give it like a B minus, maybe.
B minus. Compare it to, oops, compare it for me to, compare it to something. Like what, if you
Okay.
had to explain what the, because I have no idea what it is. You told me about it, people are talking about it, but I've seen billboards, but I haven't watched a trailer, which I probably should.
So it's fun and it really moves, and it's almost like it's a lot of sci-fi movies in one. So it's it's kind of a lot, but it's Steven Spielberg, so he just throws everything that he's ever wanted to in this movie, I think. But it keeps your interest. Um, I think it's one of those movies where I might have to rewatch it a little bit because I wasn't sure about the ending, but my husband loved it. So I was like, maybe I
Give me the
missed.
tagline. What's it about? If you had to sum it up, what's it about?
I can't explain it. It's just so
Can you
crazy. I don't.
explain what it's about?
Well, it's about aliens. It's about aliens, and then a company that basically tortures aliens, and like,
Ooh,
yeah,
okay. Interesting.
and these people that are involved, and you don't know how they're involved or how they're connecting to the aliens. Emily Blunt is very good in it, and she's suddenly speaking different languages, and you don't know why, and it's like she's connected to this whole story,
Okay.
and yeah, these people try to like, you know, rescue the aliens, or they want people to know the truth that aliens are out there.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see a trailer for it now, and it looked really cool. Now that I think about it, I have seen the trailer for it. It just looks like you have
It's
no idea what it's about, but it looks really interesting. Yeah,
it's a lot, but really at the end of the day, it's about just having empathy and like taking time to try to understand something you might
yeah,
not understand, like aliens.
yeah. It's fun seeing movies with no idea what they're about and finding it really enjoyable.
I mean, that's how I try to do it because my brother is very good. He always reminds me, like, don't read reviews, just go see the movie. So that's why I was like hesitant when you hadn't seen it. I was like, oh, I don't want to ruin it for you, but
Yeah,
I kind of just jumbled it. You're still gonna have no idea what it's about, so go.
no idea. You know, it was like that for me, and I still think about it. Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I knew obviously it was some kind of sci-fi movie, but I had
Hmm.
no idea what that movie was going to be about going in, and
Hmm.
whether it was going to be scary or comedy or whatever. And that was one of those movies that I still remember just going with no idea and just loving the experience.
That was one of the few like comic book movies I really liked too. The first one because I had no idea.
Yeah, it just worked so well.
Yeah, Chris Pratt was great in that. So yeah, that was
Exactly. That
um
was kind of his breakout.
yeah, because I knew him from Parks and Rec, and then he was all of a sudden a big movie star. So it's crazy.
Big movie star.
Mm.
Exactly.
Uh,
What about TV shows?
TV shows. We are watching Widow's Bay on Apple. Have you seen that?
No.
So you would think you wouldn't want to watch it because it's like it looks like, oh, it could be a horror scary, and we don't do that. But my friend said it's really more comedy, and it is. It's pretty funny. It's really not that scary at all.
Who's in it? Anybody?
Matthew Rhys, Rhys, I think that's how you say it.
But he's
You
funny,
know
right?
this,
That
yeah,
guy?
he's an amazing actor.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I'm gonna make a note of to myself. Hang on. Let me make a note so I put it on a list. What's it called again?
called Widow's Bay.
Widow's Bay. Okay. It's on my
I mean,
list.
it's very entertaining, and it's not that scary. So
Cool. I I saw a poster, a billboard for Rooster. Have you watched that?
oh, with Steve Carell. I know what you're talking about. No, I haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
So I was home alone the other night, so I binged a few episodes of it, and it was kind of fun. Fun and silly and cute, and you know, the actor from Scrubs was in it. The who's also in Full Metal Jacket. That guy, I forget
Yeah,
his name.
I know we've talked about him on the show before, and now I'm blanking on his name too. He's a very good actor.
Yeah, he was great, and the music was great. Like it was '80s music. So that's kind of why it hooked me right from the beginning. I think the opening song, if I'm not mistaken, was like a Smith song or something, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked, and that's all it took for me. Sometimes music could do that for me.
Well, I was going to ask you what your favorite Spielberg movie was, because apparently this is his 35th movie, which is insane, and I mean the talent of that man. But I was looking at the list and I was like, I bet your favorite movies are some of his most recent. West Side Story and Ready Player One, which is one that you talked about the music, that you really like the music. No?
Right,
Yes?
because it's all '80s. Ready Player One.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's my favorite. I don't know. I mean, Schindler's List was
right.
just. I mean, it was just a phenomenal, crazy movie. But I mean, all of his. Wasn't he Indiana Jones?
He was. I didn't know if you were a big Indiana Jones fan.
I loved Indiana Jones
Okay.
back in the day. I was a big Indiana Jones fan. Uh,
I like Jaws personally. I think Jaws is so cool.
yeah, yeah. Even though we don't like scary, I mean, Jaws just an amazing classic.
Well, just for how simple it was. Like that's what I really like about it. It was so contained. Like the
Yeah,
story, the scripts,
yeah.
and what he did was amazing. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's a really good.
That was definitely fun. I am impressed with how well West Side Story came out. Um, because the original West Side Story is one of my favorite all-time movies. So, I was really excited but nervous going in to see West Side Story, and he did a great job. I thought it was really phenomenal. So, um, I don't know if it like will stand the test of time, but he did a really great job, I thought.
Okay. I still haven't seen it, so someday.
You haven't seen it?
No, I know. No, I
Did
haven't.
you see the original West Side Story?
Yes, I'm not a big musical person. I used to be when I was younger, but I'm not so much into musicals anymore. I don't know why.
How long ago did you see the original West Side Story?
Probably like 20 years ago. A
And
while.
did you watch it more than once or just once?
I watched it maybe once. I mean, I get why people like it. It's not my favorite.
You should watch it again. Because it's just amazing. I don't know. I think it's worth a rewatch.
Well, and I like Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. He put West Side Story like on the top of his list, like of the century or whatever. Like, so I was like, oh, maybe I should see it.
Yeah. West Side Story is one of the things that made me love movies.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yeah. It was one of the first movies that I was like, this media is so powerful and amazing.
Okay. Um, my other question for you is: does Rooster have any medical component to it? Anything we can talk about, tie it into?
Is there anything medical in Rooster? And it's not even animal. He's an author um, who becomes like a writer in residence at a college, and he writes beach reads, these book series, and the character's name is Rooster, and that's the names of the books are Rooster, blah 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 blah. So that's why it's called Rooster. Is there anything health related in Rooster? There might be, but it's not that memorable, I guess. I don't totally remember. And it was just a
Well,
fun, silly show. So thanks for listening, everybody. At Gross Anatomy Podcast, Lauren Taylor and I discuss gout. And luckily, thankfully, neither of us, at least not yet, neither of us has it.
That's it for this week. Thanks for listening to Gross Anatomy, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you can check out more episodes on the evolving sights, smells, and sounds of medicine. Gross Anatomy is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition.